Welcome back to Driver. Today we're interviewing legendary Isle of Man TT rider John McGuinness. Also, we're releasing videos every other Thursday, so make sure you check it out. John, what's the earliest memory of the TT that you have?
Earliest memory for me will be going with my dad in '82, so I'll be 10 years old. My dad actually raced an event before the TT starts, so it's what's called the Derby road races, which is a little small road race circuit on the Isle of Man called Derby. Then when that finished, the TT practice started. So I've got to give him a little shout out to my dad. He was like, your dad's your hero, isn't he? He was racing over there, did scrambling, bit of road racing, bit of grass tracking. And then he went across there in '82 as a 10-year-old, and then we watched the start of practice at the TT, which just started off something on my brain. It's one of them, when you go to the TT, if you go there with somebody who's experienced, you always like go somewhere like Braille, which is flat out, inches from the riders going past you. And I thought, wow, that's a bit of me, that. I want to be a TT rider. Just as the years went by, I went across to watch and with friends, and went across there on a little 125 TZR in 1989, went there with Becky on a Kawasaki KONS in 1990. Nowhere to stop, we were just laying our head wherever we could lay. Stopped in a tent, had no money, but we just, all I wanted to do was watch it, learn from it, understand it, figure it out, hoping that one day we could do it. And we did it in '96. What? I didn't even see where that went. So what's the crack then? Just same old?
Yeah,
like
same
that,
old.
and then I'm going to go straight down there if I can.
John, that's unbelievable.
That's the first ball I ever hit in my life.
John, that's really good. I don't think you realise how good that is. Yeah, that's a really good shot. I want to talk like the morning of the TT. Do you have like a certain routine of things that you like to do to kind of get your head in the right mental space?
Yeah, it's not pleasant. I don't think it's much fun at all morning before a race. It's just, I'm probably one of the most nervous ones, even though I've done so many starts. I am super, super nervous. I sort of lay there in my bed and I try and get up. Well, I'm laid there thinking, is that done? Is this done? Have I got that done? We've practiced this. Have I got my visors done? Just the normal stuff really that everybody would probably do, but an hour and 45-minute race is quite tough, so you sort of need something to eat, so I just try and force feed something into me.
What kind of food are you having?
It's either a bit of porridge or some scrambled egg, but I just feel sick all day. I hate it. I hate that feeling before we go onto the track. And normally nip up to see the team, make sure everything's covered. But our guys are good. I mean, they're just an extension of my brain, really. They've just got everything covered. But yeah, not great. Not a great feeling.
Even after doing it for nearly 30 years,
yeah,
you're still getting those butterflies and the nerves that you probably got when you first lined up.
More so, I think. Yeah, more so. I mean, there's still, everybody says, oh, no pressure, go and enjoy it, doesn't matter where you finish. But you do, as a rider, you want to have a decent performance. You know, last few years I've been number one on the Honda, so there's added pressure there. There's expectations from everybody and my sponsors and stuff, so your brain just doesn't shut off at all. You're just constantly thinking about how it's going to be. My window's sort of closing as well, you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, it's not great. I have a few little superstitions. I have some sort of weird superstitions. I always drop a penny down my leathers before the start on the grid.
Really?
Yeah, my son found a penny in 2004, and we were only a toddler at the time, and so I put that penny down my leathers, and I won the superbike race in '04, the first time I put the penny down, so it becomes a bit of a superstition. And it's weirdly as well, if I'm ever on the toilet as well, we always go for a pre-race poo, don't we? A nervous poo. And I always, I'm not a religious person, but I always pray to my mates that are not here anymore. And I always just say, please, look after me and while I'm having a crap. But yeah, it just makes me feel a little bit more relaxed in myself, if that makes sense. It's a bit weird, but it's just the way it is, I worry about everybody on that track, it's a bloody dangerous thing, but I hope we're all safe and well. And then it's, the heart's just pounding out your chest as you're coming up towards that grade, the start line. You go into that no man's land where the mechanics push you into it, and then you're just a countdown, and the one guy's got hold of your shoulder. Once he give you the tap on the shoulder, off you go. But once you're away, everything comes down as well. The heart rate comes down a little bit as well, and you just go into that race mode. But yeah, before the start of it's not much fun at all. I wonder why I enjoy it half the time. As a racer, you think, well, there's all that hassle and stress, but when you finish one, everything just runs out of you.
Do you enjoy
the best bit.
Do you enjoy the actual racing itself? When you're at in that kind of flow state, are you going, this is incredible?
Yeah,
do you
I
enjoy
do.
it, or I mean, you're reacting, right? You're not.
I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it. You know, when you're behind the bars of one of them super bikes with a lot of horsepower and the thing's just wanting, I wouldn't say kill you, but the thing's wanting to, doesn't really want to turn and doesn't really want to do what it's supposed to be, what you want it to do, and you make it do what it is, and you turn in at the right point, you hit the right apexes, and like on that mountain where 3 lefts taken as one, or 4 rights taken as one, and you link it all together and the lap times come, then yeah, you do enjoy it. Yeah, I really do enjoy it. And I've been in them positions, luckily, been in positions where I've had 20-second lead, 25-second leads, and then you can enjoy it. You can bring it back a peg, you can bring the RPM back on the bike a peg, so you're just like, oh, this is nice, and you can see the fans waving you as you go around. And I've been in that position where I did the first 130 mile an hour lap. It was like a milestone, so everybody waved me around on that lap. So yeah, I do enjoy lots of it. Some of it's, when it's not working quite right, it can be, there's a few damp patches, or it's not working, you're off the pace a little bit. Yeah, it's just a case of getting through it. And that's when you need to get through it safely. There's always be another day. Nobody really cares, do they?
Yeah.
Racing, we're just that big in the whole scheme of the world.
Shot, John. Not like that.
Would you put backspin on that then?
A little bit, but not a crazy amount. John, can you remember the kind of closest call you've had on the mountain course? Was there a moment where you kind of go, oof, that was a close one there, a bit of a wobble?
Yeah, I remember one in 2005 at Crosby. So it's a flat out approach. So it was on a Superstock bike, Yamaha in 05. I'll never forget it, it's absolutely ingrained in my brain. Going down this hill towards it, past the church, and you sort of roll a little bit. Some guys can do it flat. I can't do it flat, but I just rolled a little bit into there, lost the front. And it scared me that much, I stopped, pulled out the race. Again, going back to what we said earlier, there'll always be another day. But it was where my sort of best mate got killed in 2003. So my mate David Jeffries, godfather to my son, he crashed there and he hit the wall and got killed instantly. And I was the first man at the scene, so I got to see everything, which is, you don't want to go into detail, it was carnage. So I lost it there and I just got the Dave Jeffries crash in my head and I just stopped. So yeah, that was such a strange sensation, do you know what I mean? It was like Dave was on the bike with me, saved me somehow, because I was just like, and I was just going for the same fate as what Dave got. So yeah, that was really, really scary. I've had a few little slides and bits and pieces, and not massive real scares, just little, like there's bits of the track, there's 260 corners on it, so you get little slides and the bike will break away and you control it, and then when they go like that, when you're not expecting it, they're the ones, because you expected to do this, you expected to do that. There's a few areas where the wheels are off the ground and they get a bit lively, the wind might get underneath you and they become a little bit lively, and they do things you don't expect. But that was a scary one. I had a scary one at the TT last year as well, or this year. We're still in 25, aren't we? I went over Aggo's Leap and bike just went boom, boom off this jump, and yeah, my missus got a telephone and she went, "What was that?" So I got a bollocking off her and I got a bollocking off my mum and one off my dad. But it just did something really unpredictable, which was really strange. So that scared me, but you have to put it to the back of your head.
I think that's what people are in awe of you guys, of what you're able to do because of the risks. And you have mates that have passed away, but you're still able to go through these narrow country lanes, through these villages, and push the bike to the absolute limit. That's what the appeal of the Isle of Man TT is, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's a special thing. I mean, it's spectacle as a spectator. As a rider, it's not mad. I think we all say it's mad, it's risk management. I always think I'm in control. To look from the outside looking in, you go, what the, this is mental, but it isn't. When COVID was on, I worked out, me and my son worked it out, that I'd done like 52,000 miles around the Isle of Man on a 125, a 250, a 400, a 600, a 2-stroke, 4-stroke electric bike. I've done thousands of laps there. If you're mad, you're going to last 2 minutes. You're going to die instantly. It's as simple as that. You can't do it without having some sort of skill and timing and work it all out. So yeah, I don't get bored of it, if that makes sense. It keeps me alive, it keeps me on my toes. It gives me a bit of focus, something to look forward to every year.
Johnny boy. Oh, what a putt. How good was that? Very good.
Bit too heavy.
Damn, that was a great putt though.
If that had gone in, now we're going home. That would be it. We're done, I'm out.
See you
Never
later.
swing in a club again.
No, I think I would have probably ended the interview there. John, why did you never go down the MotoGP route?
Probably wasn't good enough. Now I did 3 500 wildcards. So I was British wildcard at Donington and the 500. Scored points, did okay. I did a 250 Grand Prix as a wildcard as well at Donington, scored some points. But I was going in not a different direction. I never really had massive aspirations to be MotoGP champion or 500 champion. I just wanted to race bikes and have fun. And then the hobby turned into transfer into being sort of professional, and I was doing like Macau, Scarborough, British Championship, racing Daytona, racing here at Mallory Park. We were just doing all sorts of bits and pieces, and the GP job never really came into the question. I did get offered a 500 Grand Prix riding for 2000 or 98 or 2000, and I just thought it was on an uncompetitive bike, so I'd just been sort of travelling around not enjoying it, and racing was not, for me, was not about that. I always wanted to have fun, and even earning a few quid, it come along with going okay, eventually earning a bob or two, but yeah, and to be honest, I probably wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough. I was okay, I was good. I won the British Championship in '99 on my 250 and was up there sharp endish for a few years, but probably wasn't good enough. No regrets.
What do you think the biggest difference is between the kind of MotoGP riders and the kind of road course racers? Is there I guess obviously a mentality difference?
Yeah, they just don't want to do it. They just don't. They just grow up in a different way. They grow up. I think most of the riders are Spanish, Italian on the grid. They're grown up away from riding on the roads. They're pushed into thinking they're dangerous and it's crazy, it's etc. etc. So they eventually have got this wall up against it, haven't they? So they don't want it. And I know if they rode around there, they'd love it. Valentino went there in 2009, did a lap of the course. Nicky Hayden's done a lap of the course. Loris Capirossi, Jorge Lorenzo, they've all done laps. And then when they've ridden the track, they get it. They understand it. They go, I understand it now. How amazing it can be and how amazing it would be if we got to the top. But they're just different people. I mean, I'm a father of 2. It's my job. It made me concentrate harder on what I was doing. I had mouths to feed, I had bills to pay, so it actually made me adapt different skills. It's just like a different trade. It's like being a brickie or a plasterer. You're working with the same materials. It's just a slightly different way of doing things. And
what do you say to the people that say that the TT is too dangerous and shouldn't be run at all?
I will have to say it on camera.
Yeah, say it. Say it down the camera.
Get fucked.
Yes, that's what I want to hear.
I think so. Just should never get involved, should they? Don't ban it. Don't do this. You haven't got any. Why say anything about it? If it's not for you, walk away. People, mountaineers get killed. Horse riders get killed. I don't go kicking off, ban this, ban that. Wow.
Here you go, sir.
Can we get a motorbike out?
No. Then you're going to really embarrass me.
In the field?
I wouldn't have a bloody clue what to do. John, what a shot.
It spun round to the right though.
That's great though. Favourite bike livery of all time?
Probably my Vimto Honda. Gotta be.
If you could have dinner with any historical figure, who would it be?
Mike Aylward.
Favourite helmet design that wasn't yours?
Joey Dunlop.
Tea or pint?
Pint.
Who was the most underrated driver of your era?
Driver or rider?
Let's say rider.
Steve Hislop.
Give me one word to describe the Isle of Man TT.
Brave.
Favourite bike you ever raced?
2007 HM Plant Honda.
Who was your idol growing up?
Joey Dunlop.
What's been the proudest moment of your career?
Probably seeing all my family's face after I won that 2007 centenary senior TT.
Favourite section of the TT?
Well, I've got my own corner, so
Has to be that one then.
not blowing wind up my arse, but yeah, it's not many people have it's not many people have a corner named after them at all, but especially when they're still alive. It sounds really weird, but so cool. So yeah, McGuinness's.
Give me your Mount Rushmore of road course racing, your top 4 riders of all time.
Michael Dunlop was his teammate, special. He's the man with all the wins at the minute. Joey Dunlop, David Jeffries, Steve Hislop.
Oh my God, John, you're on fire today. That's what you're a natural putter.
Oh, that was going in.
That was so good. Tap it in. Let's see if you can tap it in. Yes, John. That was brilliant. That's fantastic. Short. How much do you win for winning the Isle of Man TT?
I haven't won for a while. When I won this 2015 senior TT, I won £18,500.
So how are a lot of these riders making a living? Is it mainly sponsorship, or a lot of them got other jobs on the side?
Most of us are not making any money. Most of us are just about treading water. Probably a lot of them are into debt.
Really?
Yeah,
So they're really, it's just doing, because they're doing it for the love of the sport.
Doing it for the love of the sport. I mean, you get a free entry if you do the TT, you get help with the boats, but I mean, tyres are a fortune, fuels are a fortune, mechanics need wages. A lot of the guys down the field, it's all voluntary mechanics, family, friends. Somebody will be buying a set of tyres, somebody might be covering the fuel, but then bits for the bike are astronomical. Suspension, brake pads, discs, you need this, you need that, you need some spares. If you blow an engine up, you know, if an engine goes pop for a privateer lad, they're just completely maxed out on what they've got. Some don't have spare engines and spare parts, but there is definitely a different feeling with road race lads, pure road race lads, to some of the BSB lads. They help each other out a bit more. Definitely more camaraderie in it. Everybody wants to see each other on the grid, so if anybody can help, there is more help. There's definitely more help in that side of it, but it's, I mean, I make a few quid, there's probably 3 or 4 of us making a few quid, maybe a bit more, 5, yeah. Top TT riders, maybe top 6 are doing all right, but you only get out what you put in as well. I'm constantly working, and I've been at it. My job's evolved over years and years, so I have lots of sponsors that have been around me for a long time, you know, like Bennett's Insurance, Red Torpedo, Monster Energy, GBM Demolition, and these people have we're friends and still are friends. And it's not tons of money, but it's small bits, but it's been often. So it adds up over the years to been paying the bills, but it is tough. I get a retainer off Honda and stuff, but it's not, you know, and everything you earn, you've got to pay tax, or even prize money, you've got to pay tax on your prize money, so. How
much would a race weekend at the TT cost? Like, how much are you needing to get to do it? You know, I mean,
you know, it's one thing that's been out of sort of my pay grade, if you like, working out what budgets are. I always find the budget for a race team a very open thing, because you blow 2 engines up, it's not the budget, is it? You've got to go into a different budget to find somewhere else. But I mean, we have, don't quote me, but we've probably got 15 or 10 to 15 full-time staff at TT are on so much per day. Then they have breakfast, lunch, dinner, somewhere to stop. I dread to think what it must cost Honda. But then they use it as they take the dealers there, so the dealers get looked after, so prize winners from that or whatever, or the best mechanics from Honda all go, and they wine and dine them and watch the race and stuff, so it's a different thing for them. But I mean, it probably costs 30-40 grand to do the 2-week TT for a privateer team. Time you bought the bike, spare wheels, this, that and the other. 30-40 grand, time off work for everybody. Yeah, it's tough, it's expensive.